Welcome to Simplified Profits. With over 23 years of experience in the stock market, I'm Anthony Calhoun. Just make sure you subscribe, turn on your notifications, and leave some feedback. Let's take a look at what happened in the market today. So, we're going to start off with SMH. That's the semiconductor ETF. And right now, so we had a lot of companies report earnings. I'm going to change this to regular hours. So, this is how the market closed. And as you can see, we were looking for a pullback back here. When it hit the oversold territory, and it definitely started pulling back. So if you look at the hourly chart, if you know anything about charts, this is just a head and shoulders pattern. So you got a shoulder here, a head, and a shoulder. And when that happens, which I posted on Stock Twist today, usually you get a pretty big drop if it breaks that shoulder pattern. And looking at post market right now, it is down quite a bit, an additional 1.5%. And we'll go over what happened. We had some big earnings come out after the market, and we're going to see a pullback. And that's why we're sitting on cash, ladies and gentlemen. So if you follow our channel, our transparent account right now, only has about 20% invested in long-term positions, and then we're sitting on cash. We were anticipating this pullback, and we will be buying again when it hits oversold. So we like to keep things simple. Matter of fact, usually we're on a black chart. Kind of changed the change some things around real quick. Let's change this real quick for you. Kind of make green kind of sticks out better on the stochastics, and green and red. So what we do here is we take advantage of the swings in the market. So that's how I beat the market. I just take advantage of the swings. As you can see, it pulls back, and that's when you buy the stock. That's when you buy the ETF. That's when you buy whatever it is you're going to buy, but you make sure it's bullish. Okay, so today, right now, we're looking at extended hours. So the market is pulling back. SMH as of right now is down 2%. Let's widen this and take a look at what, and this is including aftermarket hours. So Dow Jones, we said this baby's breaking out. If you check our videos for the weekly, and it looks strong. It's riding up that upper Bollinger Band right there. So what I have on my chart is your basic candlesticks, your Bollinger Bands, your 200-day moving average, and your 50-day moving average. Let's make the 50 yellow. And I usually have another layout, which is right here. Kind of went with the white to see if it kind of helps people. When I watch the video, sometimes it's kind of hard to see. And we will keep the 200 green because that's our health indicator. If it's under the 200-day moving average, we're not touching it. But anyway, this started breaking up the upper Bollinger Band, and it may just keep running, ladies and gentlemen. The Dow Jones consists of 30 well-balanced stocks. If you see what kind of went on today, these are the stocks that is in the Dow Jones, and it's done really well. I think Apple, Intel may kind of hurt it in this pullback. Boeing's kind of hurt it. But regardless, you have some heavy hitters like IBM gapped up. Microsoft's going to, well, it was selling off in extended hours. We'll see what happens on Microsoft tomorrow. And don't take pre-market or post-market. Take that with a grain of salt. You wouldn't believe how many times I've seen something down a ton in pre-market or post-market, and when the actual trading opens, it's a totally different story. So SMH, we're anticipating a pullback on that. I like to see it hit the oversold condition before we enter anything there. But it did, as of, let's take off post-market data, ladies and gentlemen. Let's just show what happened today. So it closed down about a percentage. I hate including post-market into what happened today because honestly, in between 9:30 and 4, it didn't. So if I look at the chart right now, we were anticipating a pullback. That's why we're sitting 80% cash in our portfolio. And same with the triple Q. So technology has started pulling back. SPY and Dow Jones is continuing a breakout. But you know what? It's going to get weak, and no matter what, every breakout, which these swings sometimes, ladies and gentlemen, look at that. That took a month and a half. I will be patient enough to wait a month and a half and sell in this area and buy again in this area. Okay. Patience in the market. So many people overtrade and just burn through their portfolio, burn through their account by jumping in and out of stuff. Now, here, if you buy and hold for the long run, you'll do well, but you can beat the market. Well, this is how I beat the market anyway. Right now, we're beating the market in January so far this year. You have to catch the transparent account portfolio, and we're waiting for this pullback so we can enter and make another swing trade. Let's take a look at right now. Let's include post market just to take a look at the Mag 7. So Amazon is down from 1.4% to 3%. Tesla, ladies and gentlemen, we called this top and spoke about that in multiple videos under the 200-day, but it is definitely down today. So the Mag 7 is starting to pull back quite dramatically. Been a lot of hype around AI. AMD reported earnings tonight, and it is down really big, which this thing's PE, ladies and gentlemen, is 1600. Like, that's insane. To own a stock with that thing better be saving the world. I'm not a real speculative buyer unless the PE is right. If the PE is right and the company's making money, the PE's at a decent level, then I'm a buyer. But man, AMD, no thanks. It's just way too high as far as PE goes. NVIDIA, pull back a little bit. Their PE, see, they're not high, they're not that high. NVIDIA's PE is at 30, where AMD's is, like I said, 1600. So you got Apple. It's kind of high as far as pricing goes. Oh, I'm sorry, that's price to book. Okay, NVIDIA's PE is 52, Apple's is 27. So other way around, but for the most part, that's basically pricing in growth. You want to see 10 to 20 PE, really what the stock's expected to grow. Do some digging into price to earnings, but let's see. We got Meta. It is down today, but as you can see, let's check the news on Meta. I'm not sure if they reported today or not. And we got the Fed coming up, kicking off a 2-day meeting, so it'll be interesting. I think they're just dropping with everything else. So the market is starting to pull back. Let's go ahead and take a look at just a high cap 1000. Let's see what really did it today. So MSCI, as you can see, that thing is ripped today. It is up 9%, the biggest gainer in the high cap 1000. CR is ripped. These are mostly probably earning plays because a lot of companies reported earnings today, and that's most likely what we're seeing. Now, ladies and gentlemen, how we find stocks is we look for the pullback. So we would have been buying down here. Matter of fact, man, Cliff did kill it, and we posted about a buy on Cliff, how we were actually about to trade it in a transparent account, but we don't like holding through events anyway. For instance, GD, that's a nice looking breakout on MPC, but this is one we exited before the earnings. We did get the dividend, but realistically we might have lost 0.5%, which usually we don't take losses, but I won't hold through earnings. I expected to get that run up out of the oversold condition before earnings came out. Let's take a look at some of the biggest losers in the high cap 1000. Look at that drop from the overbought territory. Ladies and gentlemen, like I said, the biggest losses happen when it's overbought or under the 200-day moving average. And these are probably earning reports. So not really much news to get into. Right now, ladies and gentlemen, we are anticipating a pullback in the market. Dow Jones will probably break up. Like, this thing could this might hit 400 here, which would be 4,000 or 40,000 on the Dow Jones. Let's see. Oh, you kidding me? Whatever. Make good money on TC 2000. Ain't even pulling that up for me. But yeah, I mean, this is going to probably run up to 400, probably within this year. Usually on a breakout, I'd look at even numbers. It'll probably hit 390 before it hits some resistance, but it'll probably sneak on up there. Could pull back tomorrow with the rest of the market, but if you look at what's in the Dow Jones, what you'll probably have people pulling money out of semiconductors and pop it in the Dow Jones. Let's take a look at Dow Jones after the market closed. Yeah, so it's higher, not by a lot, but that's kind of what I would expect. You're probably going to get some money come out of technology, flow into the Dow Jones, possibly even SPY. That's just kind of how that stuff swings. SPY is pulling back probably because of tech stocks, but we will probably be going shopping in the tech stocks. So that's kind of what happened in the market today, ladies and gentlemen. Take advantage of the swings. My thought in the overall market, which is why it's kind of hard for me to do any type of daily videos, even though I'm always looking for daily videos to watch, like, fresh content on my YouTube. Nobody's really giving any good daily advice out there. Not really advice, but just analysis. I mean, but then again, my swings are monthly. I'm very patient. I have alerts set up to basically just send me a text message when things hit what I want to hit. I mean, when the market gets oversold, I get a text message. I ain't even got to watch it. All right. So things get oversold, I get a text message. Things get overbought, I get a text message. And I could literally just buy and sell the market and basically make my profit without even really looking at it. And that's how you should be. So, like, two of the positions we're in, nuclear energy, which is down post market, which is not a real high volume stock. So that don't mean nothing to me at all. But and VIV. So we're long on two ETFs. One really for income. This is about 5% of our portfolio, just for some dividends. And then this is kind of a has a decent dividend, but it's also for growth. And right now we are just waiting patiently for the next swing in the market, ladies and gentlemen. But if you're making money in it, just buying and holding, that's great. So far for the year, we got almost 8% in SMH, which finished, ladies and gentlemen, that was up 70% last year. Triple Qs was up about 50. SPY was up about 20, and Dow Jones was up about 10. So year to date, watch that. I don't think the semiconductors can pull off another 70%. Probably not another 50%. I'd be surprised if they pull off another 20%, ladies and gentlemen. So just keep that stuff in mind. I'm looking at the market so far weekly. We're about even, and this is our daily changes. Other than that, ladies and gentlemen, I'm out. Speak to you again soon. Subscribe.